Hey folks, hope you are doing good. My name is Atisha and I'm back with another exciting episode of my podcast series. Today's guest is Shubham Mishra, whom I met on LinkedIn, and he's also into project management like me. Shubham is a modern day project coordinator with a rich experience in project management, project planning, resource management, team management, quality control, to name a few. And he's working in IT industry for past 3 years. Apart from this, he's also a good motivator to all his known friends and family, and also passionate about health and fitness and pursuing a healthy lifestyle. On this episode, we talked about project management, some personal growth fundas, and Shubham even asked me some questions around my personal and professional life. I believe there are a lot of takeaways for you guys from this podcast. So make sure you listen to the podcast completely. And if you like this episode, make sure to follow or subscribe my podcast on Spotify or YouTube or whatever platform you are getting this podcast. Once again, thanks a lot for listening and viewing this podcast in advance. Welcome on the show, buddy. Glad to have you.
Uh, Thanks, Atisha, for having me in this call, and I'm really glad. So first of all, I just want to give a quick introduction of myself. So I'm a modern days project coordinator with a rich experience in project planning, team management, resource management, and quality control. And I'm into software development company from the last 2 3 years experience and just driving the things. So that's all. Yeah.
Amazing, buddy. Amazing. So, guys, just to give you a context, how I know Shubham and how we get connected. So, we get connected via LinkedIn. I remember, one day I got a message from this guy, very enthusiastic. He wants to have a conversation with me, professional conversation, and gradually, वहाँ से, we guys got connected and we exchanged a lot of ideas. In between the time, I guess it has been 6 months now, buddy, since we know each other. More
Yeah.
than 6 months, I guess.
Yeah. Six months.
So 6 महीने से ज़्यादा हो गए हमें and whenever I talk with Shubham, he's so full of energy, so full of ideas, and he wants to do this for a long, long time. मेरी तरफ से delay हो रहा था, but he wants to do a something together, collaboration together. So I'm glad, buddy, collaboration आज हो रहा है. And on this episode, I will be asking you questions around project management, project coordination, what motivates you in life, what is your life ka mantra. So we will be having this talk today.
Yeah, sure. But ऐसा कोई इतना खास मंत्र नहीं है, but still, like we'll see, like whatever we can give the output to the others, right?
Perfecto.
Yeah.
Okay, Paul. So let me shoot up my first question. So, buddy,
Okay.
when you decided that you want to make a career in project management or as a project coordinator, आपने कब decide किया ये कि आपको इस line में घुसना है?
Okay. So to be very honest, Atisha, I never decided like कि ऐसा कुछ plan है that I want to be a project coordinator. If I told you about my background, so I'm a mechanical engineer. Okay. So there's a vast difference in project management and mechanical engineering. So I started my career as an event management. So, but still, there is one thing. There is 2 3 things which I feel like which comes naturally in me. There's one thing like leadership, and second thing managing the people. So I'm very good in sports. So I was a captain in my cricket team. So that was a thing. That was a zeal in me. So that that kind of thing, that skills which creates me think like that. Yes, let's do something where you need to manage the people, where you can motivate the people, and where you can come up with new ideas. So when I was searching the new things, then I get to know, okay, this is something, technology. We all are, into the new worlds, right? And the technology is something like AI, VR, and these are the things which is going to transform the world, right? Blockchain. So this is the technology which I thought like, why let's get your foot into the technology, and that's why I choose my career as a project coordinator. So 3 years back where I decided, and from then to now I'm into project management, just planning, execution, and quality control. That's what I'm managing every day. Yeah.
That is really
I think
exciting.
I'm able to give a good answer. I hope.
No, absolutely, buddy. That is really exciting. That is
Yeah.
something. Since you know me, you also know that I also in the same profession of project management, business analytics. So I can totally
Yeah.
relate to your answer that this is something which fascinates us. I was talking to a fellow co-worker of mine who's also into project management, and the thing which he told me, the thing which is very common with all project managers are that they are very, very well organized. And that is exactly same with you. I have known you since 6 months, and we are always on, you're always on time on the calls, you're always, replying at the right time, at the right pace. So that is something I can totally see in you. And I guess, it was a natural instinct of yours to choose project management given your,
Yeah,
aura, given
you're
your
right.
aura, given your qualities.
Yeah, so discipline is something which which we guide needs to
Hmm.
follow. Like discipline is something which very must think in project management. So that's one of the important thing. So that's you also and me also. We all are following. Still, like
Hmm.
you see, at 3 o'clock, we both are on time without delaying a single minute. So that's what
Absolutely.
keeps us apart. Yeah.
So, boss, tell me one thing. Project management के लिए, what qualities apart from being on disciplined or being organized, उसके अलावा क्या क्या qualities लगती है to be a good project manager?
Okay.
Technical knowledge को छोड़ के, what are the
Mhm.
interpersonal qualities which makes a project manager?
Okay, so if you Google out, so you got a lot of things, Atisha. There will be
Hmm.
credibility, integrity, leadership. There are a lot of things, but still, like I just want to know, I just want to tell you about my personal opinion, like what I felt like within these 3 years, what I thought, like what exactly the project management is all about, what kind of quality the guy should have to be into a role of project manager. So first thing is all about the vision. Okay, a project manager should have some clear vision, and he has some like an optimistic kind of approach. Okay, so this is one of the best skills that a project manager should have. Okay, because if you don't have vision, if you don't know where you want to meet the time, where you want to, what kind of project you are creating, okay, you don't know what exactly the ideas, where you want to end up, so you are not going to motivate your people, you are not going to empower your people. So this is one of the most important things that I think project managers should have. So if you have clear vision, so you should guide your team that this is the thing which we need to create. You can empower them, you can motivate them. Okay, this is the thing where we want to go, right? And it is well said that our leaders are those who lifts up and gives us the vision to change. So that's what I think. Vision is first thing, and second thing is all about the communication that we all know. Like communication is one of the best part that everyone should follow in management, either if you want to go into a senior management or wherever, because 90% of our communication of our role is all about the communication. Okay, how you communicate with your clients, how you communicate with your stakeholders, how you communicate with your internal management. So it's totally communication is one of the key factor that we should follow. Okay, so and communication is not like how you speak in English. That's not a thing. Okay, communication is thing which how you relate with the people at all levels. Either it's an intern who's just in your team, or either it's a senior developer who's in your team. So you need to, have that kind of experience. You have to, with very clear with your communication with them, all of them, so that you can relate with them and so that they can also, well connected with you. That's what these are the two things which I should say, like well project managers should have. These are the two qualities: a good vision, optimistic approach, and a good communicator. Rest we can find out in Google: the credibility, the integrity, the the leadership position, and there are a lot of other things that they are in the Google. So for me, I would say these are the two things that every project manager should have. Yeah.
Hmm. Uh, Buddy, my next question to you is management. So if you have to explain about project management to a kid, कैसे explain करोगे आप what exactly is project management? So that is my question to you.
So you want to know about the typical day of project management, or you
Exactly,
want to know like,
exactly.
okay, okay.
It's a question in
So
two
how
parts.
does
Typical day of a project manager and what exactly is project management, because लोगों को पता नहीं होता exactly, उनको लगता है ये भी है ये भी है ये भी है. So if you can explain in those simple words कि एक बच्चा भी समझ जाए 10 साल का 12 साल का.
Okay, so let's talk about what exactly the project management. Okay,
Hmm.
so if you talk about in simple terms, project management is all about a bridge between a client and a team. So you are at a bridge. Okay, so you need to this is a bridge जहाँ आप relate करते हो client को और जहाँ आप रिलेट करते हो टीम को, ठीक है. सो यू आर द मोस्ट क्रूशियल पार्ट ऑफ एनीथिंग, ऑफ एनी प्रोजेक्ट, बिकॉज आपसे डील करता है. यू आर द गाय हु स्टार्ट द थिंग्स, हु कलेक्ट द रिक्वायरमेंट्स एंड देन नीड टू पास द टीम एंड देन नीड टू डिलीवर द थिंग्स. सो एक सिंपल टर्म्स में प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर एक ब्रिज होता है बिटवीन द क्लाइंट एंड द टीम, एंड दिस इज हाउ द थिंग्स विल वर्क. सो एक सिंपल टीम्स में हम लोग यही कहेंगे. एंड नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज ऑल अबाउट how the day of project management should be like. So a project manager days start from a morning with client calls and follow-ups. We need to do a follow-up with our clients, where we are, what are the updates, and what exactly our plan should be. Then we need to start with a scrum call. So scrum call is basically we need to dig out what exactly our developers have done, where we are in the team, what exactly the challenges they are facing, and what exactly the solutions. So this is the kind of scrum call we take to know what exactly the update in our in our respective project. So then we need to start working on, as a project manager, we need to start working on the documentations. So there are a lot of documentation which we need to work, and then just to discuss, organize with our team to finding them solutions, and to work on our Trello board, to updates, meeting the progress, to-do list, and to check what our to-do list, and there are a lot of other things. And then, like, at the end of the day, just giving the updates with clients, or need to check. By the way, project managers ka day end nahi hota hai jaldi. Like, you should be ready for the call at 2 a.m., 1 a.m. And basically, if you are dealing with global clients, so I guess Atish, आप relate कर सकते हो मुझे. You are also in project management, so you know very well कि our day never ends. Like, कभी 10 p.m. you have to take a call, then 12 बजे कभी call आ सकती है, कभी 1 बजे, कभी 2 बजे. So this is the kind of day of a project manager. So it's almost, you can say, a hectic day, because you need to deal with a lot of people. You have to understand your clients, as well as then you need to manage with your teams. So that's what I would say. So if you are into project management, so be ready for that kind of pressure to handle. So that's what I would say, and I guess you relate with what I want to say on this, right?
Totally, absolutely, buddy. I have two follow-up questions. You mentioned two keywords in your answer. One is Scrum call, and other is a tool called Trello. So for our listeners, if you can explain what is Scrum hota kya is, what is Scrum call exactly, and project management tool जैसे आपने Trello का नाम दिया, I know about Trello, but if you can explain about the significance of project management tools in a life of a project manager. So these are two questions
Okay.
for you.
So shall I say all the tools, or you want to like
So I
Scrum
just
and
want you
exact
to,
like?
yeah. So first, maybe you can, explain what is Trello exactly, and maybe other tools which you use in your day-to-day project management work.
Okay. So there, let me, what are the basic tools we use in the project management? Okay. Let me cover each and every tool. Okay. So first of all, we use, Trello board. So Trello board, in short terms, we want to check the progress of any project. What is our to-do list? What are the tasks that we have done? And what we are going to plan in the next. So this is what we define the Trello, okay, simple terms. Then we use the Gantt chart. So Gantt chart is basically, for the planning and the timelines that we got from the clients, and then we need to deliver our everything, okay, related to project. What are the milestone plans? We can say our milestone plans, that we use the terms in project management, like what are the deliverables that we need to deliver within that span of time. So that's we use for the Gantt chart. Then we have work breakdown structure. So this basically work breakdown structure we use for the resource management, how to allocate the people, who are the stakeholders we need in our team, and who's going to work in this, okay. So this is what we use, the work breakdown structure. Then we have for wireframe, we use balsamic or envision, or you can say Exor 9. Okay, so these are the popular tools that every project manager can use for wireframing and all. So in wireframing, what we do, like, it's a kind of visual representation of any design, to build, kind of effective communication with the team. So as you know, as a human beings, we are highly visual. In fact, 30% of our cerebral cortex is purely devoted to vision, as per the stats we got. So that's why we use the wireframe, and wireframe is one of the things which is changing the industry. So if you ask me, Shubham, what is the best tool among all of these, so I would say wireframes. So Atisha, wireframe is one of the best thing that that every project manager should use, because this gives an idea behind what exactly you want, when you are gathering the requirement and when you want to deliver. So it's a idea that you collect from the client and then you pass with your team, so we all are on the same page. So most of the project got failure just because of that reason. So that's why I would say wireframe is one of the best tool that every project manager should have, so that we have a good wireframe prototype. And then we have a BRD and FRD. So these are the documents that we
So
work.
if you can just, give the full form. I know what is PRD, just if you can, explain
Okay.
it, yeah, for the listeners.
So BRD is business requirement document. Okay, so in that we use the use cases of a particular requirement. I mean the login, there is a sign up, and whatever the functionalities there. So we use and create some kind of scenario around that, like what are the factors, who are the primary actor and secondary actor. I just don't want to get into deep, because अगर ऐसा करेंगे so people cannot get relate what exactly the things, तो ज़्यादा technical हो जाए. So let's keep it simple and short. So वहाँ पे हम लोग like we give a clear idea to our delivery team as well as, and to our to our client as well as, like how we are going to work on that functionality कि अगर हम इस button पे press करते हैं, so what is going to be the outcome in short terms, in simple terms you will say. ठीक है. So this is called BRD, and there is FSD, and there is FRD. So functional specification document and functional requirement documentation. And there is one TRD as well as. So जहाँ पे हम लोग technical requirements लेते हैं. So these are the documents which we generally use and we create documentation part. So yeah, so these are the four, five, six tools, or you can say a document that is must KRAs of project management, and that they work on, right?
And bro, the second part of his question was, you mentioned about Scrum Call. So quickly, एक बार listeners को वो भी समझा दो what is Scrum Call.
Okay, so Scrum Call is all about, like in simple terms, we say Scrum Call is all about like what exactly the idea. Suppose
Progress
if we
call.
have assigned project. No,
Kind of
not
a progress call.
Not a progress. You can say a progress call, but मैं एक simple terms में ये बताता हूँ. Suppose there's some task you have given to your developer. Okay, so you want to check what exactly the progress. First thing. Second thing, is there any challenge they have gone through? And third thing, what's the plan of today? So these are the three things which we check in Scrum Call. कि हमारा आज का plan क्या होगा? कल हमारे developer ने what are the tasks they have completed? And is there any challenge they got? So these are the three things we can say we take in a Scrum Call generally with our developers. Okay, so that's what we call a Scrum Call. So तीन चीजें होती हैं. I guess you got what I mean. Yeah.
Absolutely. And thanks for clarifying that. Bro, next question जो मुझे आपसे पूछना है, I just want you to maybe give a overview of a project कि project बनता कैसे है. What are the different steps in a project? अभी हमने ये discuss कर लिया कि project management क्या होता है, project manager क्या करता है, tools क्या होते हैं, how people coordinate with each other. जैसा आपने explain किया via Scrum Call, they fix their agenda, they work towards it on the day. This is what we have talked about so far, but I want you to give a complete picture कि एक जो project होता है, first step क्या होता है या step 0 क्या होता है and final step क्या होता है in a project. Maybe in a nutshell if you can explain.
Okay, so like it's all about like you gather the requirements with the clients. Okay, so first stage यही होता है. So
first is gathering of requirements, right? Requirement gathering.
So it's a kind of initiation stage that we say, like when you see the steps in Google. So initiation, planning, execution, and then the control phase. So these are the four, 5 stages that we go through in a project manager. So initiation is all about like you gather the requirements. Okay. So initiation करते हो, सारी requirements complete करते हो, then you go into a planning phase. So in planning phase, that as I told you, like you create work breakdown structure, you make the functionality into chunk pieces, and then you cover that in a milestone. ठीक है, आप planning करते हो how you are going to deliver at what date. You take the hours with your team. You just know what exactly the deliver date of that milestone, and this is how you do a planning. Okay, then we start the execution. So after then your development team start working on the things. So लोग start कर देते हैं like how to make the things further, and they start working on the technical functionalities and all. Then you just so these days we use agile methodology, right? So because now,
If you
I
can
mean,
explain also, if you can take a pause here and if you can explain what is agile to our listeners. Agile होता क्या है? ये methodology क्या होती है?
Okay, so agile is kind of iterative approach. We can say a chunk or iterative approach कि जहाँ पे हम लोग एक increment of progress दिखाते हैं client को on an increment basis. Suppose कि there are two things. So earlier we used the waterfall methodology, okay, and now everyone is using agile methodology. So what exactly is the difference between those two? Like आप start करते हो कोई product को बनाने के लिए, ठीक है? So in that terms, जब तक वो product end नहीं होता है, you will never deliver that product to the end client. Okay, तो आप उन्हें शो नहीं करते हो कि what exactly you have done or what are the things you have done. Okay, वो एक बार आप लेते हो रिक्वायरमेंट, उसके बाद फाइनल आप डिलीवरी देते हो.
And that was the biggest drawback with waterfall model कि आप जब तक पूरा बन नहीं जाएगा client को आप दिखा नहीं पाओगे. Client has no idea बन क्या रहा है, where I am putting my money. And
that's why now
between agile and waterfall. Agile में ऐसा क्या different होता है?
So agile में क्या होता है? We are plan the things in milestone. And sprints, okay, कि हम लोग ये weekly plan लेते हैं, week और like
milestone को project management terms में sprints बोलते हैं, right?
So milestone के अंदर हम लोग sprints रखते हैं. So in that sprints we divide the functionalities, or you can say product के कुछ parts होते हैं, और उन parts को हम लोग like deliver करते हैं with the client. So इससे क्या होता है? What exactly the advantage of that? कि suppose आप कुछ भी कोई product बना रहे हो, ठीक है? And when you complete that 20% and then you deliver that with the client, so they get an idea, okay, we are going into a right direction. Otherwise क्या होता है? Waterfall में आप start करते हो from 1%, then you deliver the things at 100%. तो उसमें पता नहीं लगता उन्होंने क्या बोला और आपने क्या दिया. So that was the failure. But agile में क्या होता है? When you go with a 20%, आपने थोड़ा काम किया, आपने दिखाया कि like this is what we are doing, boss. So in that way you can be into more relation. There is a very minor, you can say, a project failure can be happen. Otherwise it's one of the best methodology that every industry is following. That's why everyone is going into agile. I mean, Atish. So इसमें आप 20% like features cover करते हैं and you deliver that with the client. So that's a simple basic terms what we follow in waterfall and in agile.
Got it. Bro, you have worked on so many projects so far. Maybe mention about any one project जो बहुत critical, super critical project था and things were, maybe going haywire, not in the right direction, and how you overcome all those obstacles and deliver the project to the client. Any such challenges which you can highlight, here we can discuss about.
Okay, let me think. Okay, I got it. Yeah, so there is one project, I would say, Atish. So that was like we were developing a website. Okay, and the challenge for me, it was like I need to work with an intern. Okay, so that was that stakeholder doesn't have much experience on that on designing perspective. Okay, so मेरी जो team थी, so they don't have much experience on that you can say on that technology, right? And we need to deliver that project into 15 days. So that was the biggest challenge, and the client is totally pressurizing me each and every day, calling me what exactly the updates, when we are going to deliver, because they need to live the project in just 15 days because उनके end से because that was something like a startup project. And they all are just pressurizing us कि आप कब, when you are going to deliver this. So those was the most hectic days of mine, because उनकी तरफ से हर समय we need to connect on Zoom call every day to see, to get the updates कि आज क्या हुआ, what are the updates we have done so far, हमें आगे का क्या plan है. So this kind of thing. So in that, I mean, और उसके बाद फिर आप टीम को भी, so they are doing lot of mistakes, my team. But उन्हें भी एक चीज ये है कि आप ऐसा प्रेशराइज नहीं कर सकते कि आपको ये चीज करना ही करना है, because they are also they are not very experienced in that technology, and here the client is pressurizing on you. So I was just like a sponge who's just handling the pressure. वहां से pressure आया, I'm just kind of sponge, और मैं pressure
from both the sides, client side से भी अपनी team से भी.
नहीं, तो यहाँ से मैं working like a sponge और मैं चीजों को pressure को अपने में immerse कर रहा हूँ, and I'm not giving that pressure to my team. So this is one thing that we need to understand in project management. हाँ, कि आप ऐसा नहीं कि वहां से आप आपको 2 बार सुनने को मिले तो आप वहां अपनी टीम को दे दो. So seriously, that was the thing, because when you have project managers, so sometimes you need to listen those kind of, you know, tough words from the clients. So वहां से सुनने को मिला, फिर टीम को आप कुछ कह नहीं सकते, बट ये था कि the thing is that my team is always be there. As I told you, like when you are into, you know, project manager, one of the best thing is all about the vision, how you show the vision to your team. So to be very honest, my team has worked with me on weekends as well as, and I negotiate with them without paying a single money. ऐसा कुछ नहीं कि I told them that आपको कुछ extra या कुछ वो मिलेगा. So they just, you know, they believe on me, and just because of the kind of ethics or the work that I follow, and so that's what leaders define. Okay, जो आपके साथ team में they worked on Saturday and Sunday, Atishay, and for almost like I was also part in that. So we worked till, you know, 12 hours, in which we are not, you know, dealing something or giving something, you know, gifts or something to my team. I just told them, just finish this work. If we have something good output, we'll definitely have some party. So, but ye tha, it was a, you know, biggest challenge for me. But yeah, we have successfully delivered that in 15 days, and that website is live now. And we got appreciated from their team, and they have, you know, give some Amazon vouchers as well as, and even me. I take my team for the party. So that's what I have done. I told them, just enjoy yourself and just, you know, just be more creativity. And if I say something, just follow those things. You will definitely going to work something bigger in your life. So that was the story of, that was the part.
Quality of a leader. How to grind your team in difficult times when demanding times, or कैसे loosen up करना है team को when things are in control or in a manageable position. So that is a true quality of a leader, or, you know, true quality of a good project manager. So thanks for sharing this incident, bro. Now let's shift gear from your professional work life to some personal questions around personal life. I know, buddy, you are, you know, deep into fitness and, you know, pursuing a healthy lifestyle. So if you can throw some light, what is your fitness regime, or how you keep yourself fit despite such a hectic work schedule?
Okay. So just a month or 2 months back, I guess you have seen my LinkedIn post, right? So where I'm, you know, giving a challenge to each and everyone. Let's wake 5:30 in the morning and have some exercise and work on a fitness. So in 2020, I was, you know, like, you know, our life schedule was sometimes gets so busy that we don't even get a time to work on fitness and all, because it was late call, like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. So I was, you know, totally disturbed with my fitness because I don't get for running and all. So then I took that challenge for me, and also I just want to motivate each and everyone. Okay, so that's why I given a 5:30 a.m. challenge, and still I'm following that. Sometimes it's missed because कभी कभार हो जाता है, but ये है कि I follow that schedule at 5:30, and then I go for a gym and have running, and like बहुत कम ऐसा होता है कि जिस दिन मैं exercise या ना करूँ. I mean, because I believe in that कि exercise is must for everyone, and even if you say like अगर आप किसी को भी बड़े से बड़े CEO को देखो, so they all are doing exercising and all, because अगर उनकी बात करें, so they have more hectic schedule than us, but still they are following that, because there is a lot of difference if you see, like on your mind, as well as you got a lot of refreshments, and you got a positive vibes when you do exercise and all. So that's what I would say. So मैं कहूँगा कि fitness is something good, जो कि हमें करना चाहिए. We all need to follow. I mean,
bro, so what is your fitness? What is your exercise regime? Are you a gymmer? Are you a runner? Or are you a yoga person?
So no, a kind of gymmer or runner, you can say a kind of, I have my own punching bag as well, as to be very honest, I'll tell you. So just a few weeks back, I purchased one punching bag. So मैं punching भी करता हूँ, मैं थोड़ा बहुत meditation भी करता हूँ, और बाकी gym का तो ये अभी ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि like after 6 months और जब भी time मिलता है, so I used to go for a gym. But otherwise, like I use a self-motivated guy, और मेरे पास like I have some equipment, so I used to work at my home only.
Okay, so you do home workouts.
Yeah, home workouts process. So yeah.
But bro, you mentioned about meditation, and I couldn't, hold myself asking you this question about meditation. What benefits you see yourself after meditation? See, I'm a big preacher of meditation. मैं जिससे भी मिलता हूँ उनको बोलता हूँ, you should try meditation. 15-20 दिन करोगे उसके बाद you will definitely see results, in your personal life, in your professional life, how much calmer you will become, how much focused you will become. So bro, for how long you have been doing meditation?
It's almost year, 2 years, 2 years almost
And how
now.
you do
Okay.
it? कोई app use करते हो या do you do chanting meditation? So what is your method of
It's kind
meditation?
of chanting meditation. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि
Hmm.
कोई सॉन्ग या कोई एप्लीकेशन आई यूज अ चैंटिंग मेडिटेशन जो सिंपली हम लोग करते हैं, ठीक है. So yeah, so I'm doing from the last 1-2 years. Okay, and what kind of result I got, to be very honest, Atish, the one of the best benefit if you got, or if what I felt.
Hmm.
Okay, so सबका अलग अलग है. लोग, there are different people say about the meditation कि इससे ये होता है, ये होता है, but what I personally felt is all about like you get a good in focus and concentration is something which we all are lacking just because of this technology is
Hmm.
evolving. Once we got into, some days you've seen, like when you are into project management, as well as we have opened lot of tabs. Okay, we see the messages, as well as हम लोग कुछ भी अपनी videos या कुछ भी YouTube की videos या कुछ भी देख रहे हैं, फिर भी हमें लगता है let's check out what we got on WhatsApp.
Hmm.
So focus is one of the biggest thing that we all need to work on. So that's what the thing which I felt कि जो कि focus एक ऐसी चीज है जो कि I got while doing a meditation. So मेरा
Hmm.
focus and concentration level is improved a lot. That I would say, Atish. Yeah.
Bro, you mentioned about distraction, social media in your answer. Have you read this book, Hooked, by Neil Ilile? This book, the author is explained how social media apps are designed, or how social media system is, constructed to keep us hooked to it. कि हम देखते रहे notifications, हम scroll करते रहे Instagram feed, news feed, अपना home page. So it's a very addictive, in nature. This social media is very addictive in nature, and designers are asked to study human psychology for it. अगर आप कोई ऐप से you are into project management, you know how apps are designed, how websites are created. तो आपको पता है कि क्या क्या, what should be the color scheme, what should be the text का size, how should be the navigation pane, क्या elements किधर put करने हैं. So after reading this book, I got to realize कि जो designers होते हैं या product designers या product creators होते हैं, उनको maybe human psychology के बारे में शायद बड़े बड़े साइकोलॉजिस्ट से भी ज्यादा इंफॉर्मेशन है, बिकॉज दे आर मेकिंग सो अडिक्टिव प्रोडक्ट्स आउट ऑफ इट, आउट ऑफ द नॉलेज, understanding human brains, understanding human psychology. So bro, my
Okay.
question, yeah.
I'll definitely read this book, Atish. So there is always something new I got to learn from you, as well as, so like we are connected from the last 6 months. So, but still, I got a lot of things that I get to know from you. Even on LinkedIn, I have seen your post as well as on LinkedIn. So that's also inspires the people. So from there, I got to know, okay, so this is Atish. Let's meet with us here, because to be very honest, I tell you, there are the very few people who works on weekends, because in corporates, a lot of people are into different, like they want to do party and all, but still, like when I met with you, I thought, yeah, this guy has some vision, this guy is working and just want to be always feel motivated. So आपके posts रहते हैं हमेशा LinkedIn पे, that I generally used to see. So that's what that's what I thought कि नहीं, Atish is someone जिससे बात करनी चाहिए. So that was the thing way back, 6 months back. But now we are good. I mean, we have a good bonding with each other. So Atish, is there any other question? Because I also have some questions for you.
So you can go ahead.
Okay. So as people know, like you are a guest in in every show. So in this show, I just want to ask few questions from you, and let's see how you respond on those. Okay. So there are a few questions I have for you.
Absolutely, bro. Please fire them. I'm really excited.
Okay. So in short, what defines you?
Always in search of knowledge. When we are talking on this podcast, recording this podcast, I have learned a lot about many things, about project management, couple of things which I don't know, about fitness, about something or other, which I have learned from the discussion so far. So I'm someone who's always curious to learn things. by talking to people, maybe by watching a video, listening to a podcast. So if you ask me what defines me, a person who's always in pursuit of more knowledge, hunger for knowledge.
More
That will be my one liner answer for
knowledge.
this.
Okay, that's a good thing. And there's second question for you. Uh, it's a question that everyone wants to know from you. How are you so motivated? इतना कैसे मोटिवेट रहते हो यार? Because we all feel कि ठीक है, अभी न्यू ईयर आया है तो थोड़ा like we do party and all, मार्च आएगा तो फिर बाद में start करेंगे. But when I see you, you are on a every week I see a new post of yours on LinkedIn. फिर मुझे थोड़ी दिनों में like I got to see your new podcast. So like how you feel so motivated, Atish? Books भी पढ़ते हो आप, podcast भी करते हो, LinkedIn पे post भी करते हो, then you manage your work as well as. So what is the what is the reason behind that? Like just give me how.
Boss, the secret is time management. You can do everything. We have 24 hours. Steve Jobs used to have 24 hours. उसने Apple पूरी कंपनी बनाई थी. उसके अभी 24 घंटे थे. And he did such a lot, many things with Apple. Elon Musk, in our generation, he's the biggest innovator. उसके पास भी 24 घंटे है. Bill Gates के पास भी 24 घंटे. So everyone has 24 hours. The key is time management. If you know how to manage your time properly, you can do all things. आपका ऑफिस का काम तो मे बी 9 घंटे का या 10 घंटे का होता है, एंड इवन इफ यू ऑल्सो सबट्रैक्ट योर स्लीपिंग आवर्स विच इज 7 आवर्स 8 आवर्स, तो फिर भी आपके पास रफली 4-5 घंटे बचते हैं इन अ वर्किंग डे. टॉकिंग अबाउट मंडे टू फ्राइडे ओनली. वीकेंड्स तो आपके पास पूरा है बिकॉज यू डोंट हैव टू वर्क ऑन वीकेंड्स, आई गेस. तो उन 4 घंटों में यू कैन हैव यू कैन डिवाइड योर maybe side hustles or time for your personal growth and personal learning. Maybe morning. So I work in 2 batches if you ask me. मेरा 2 घंटा morning का, मेरा 2 घंटा after work रात का, which is 4 hours as I mentioned. This time is allocated for my personal growth. And यही time if you ask a person, वो शायद watching TV series, TV shows, and maybe scrolling social media में waste कर देता है. So it's all about how you manage time.
Excellent, Atish. Excellent. I guess कि जो young freshers हैं and जो कि interns हैं in companies, they need to see this kind of video to get an idea. Like मेरे भी companies में there are a lot of interns. वो कहते हैं सर आज party करेंगे, now weekends are there, so we need to do a party and all. So I'll tell, let's watch Atish's video and you'll get some motivated that yeah, 4 hours you need to utilize in some books and all kind of things. So even I also follow this kind of things on weekends. So yeah, I guess everyone needs to follow this kind of approach, right? And what do you wish you had known 5 years ago?
That's a really interesting question. One, I don't know about a person surely which I wish to discover early in my life is LinkedIn. Because LinkedIn is the greatest accelerator in my life in terms of having connections, for personal and professional connections like you. We are connected by LinkedIn, buddy. If LinkedIn wasn't there, we won't be having this conversation today. So one thing which I wish if I have discovered earlier, or maybe I have known early in my life, that is LinkedIn. Because boss, LinkedIn is so powerful if utilized properly. You can have long-term professional connections via LinkedIn. You can you can have this good content on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is full of quality content. It's not bullshit content like Instagram boast about their achievement also. LinkedIn, which is a good thing. It gives you a motivation. Okay, if इस बंदे ने सर्टिफिकेशन क्रैक करा है, या इस बंदे ने ये अचीवमेंट हासिल किया, so I should also do. So it motivates or inspires me. Instead of being envy about it, I think we should be motivated कि हाँ यार, we can also achieve it.
So you are saying कि आपको 18 या 19 years के old थे जब भी आपको पता लग जाना चाहिए what exactly is
exactly. I discovered LinkedIn when I was in maybe final year or pre-final year in my college. It is about 2017 or 16, maybe 5 years before I discovered. But अगर मुझे उससे पहले पता चल जाता, I see kids, I know a person who's still in his 11th standard and he's doing so many things on LinkedIn. Boss, he's a content creator, he's a digital marketer, he's a event manager. इतनी सारी चीजें वो कर रहा है. And if you see his LinkedIn, बॉस इतना हाईली ऑप्टिमाइज्ड लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल है उसका, मे बी लिंक्डइन की सीईओ का नहीं होगा. So people are
That's
really
a good
leveraging
answer.
LinkedIn.
That's a good answer, Atisha. You rocks like you are giving every answer so precise and so accurate. I mean, I like that. Okay, so last question. Okay, otherwise you'll ask me. Show me you are asking me a lot of questions now. Huh?
Nobody,
So
no, please. Whatever questions you have, would be happy to answer them.
yeah. So my last question is, what is the most important thing you have learned in your life so far? I mean,
Hmm.
like it's like we are into professional life, and everyone has different learning. But
Hmm.
I would say like Steve Jobs के पास कुछ और learning के लिए है, so मार्क जुकनबर्ग के पास कुछ और लर्निंग के लिए है. So everyone has their own learning part, ठीक है. So I just want to know from your side, Atisha, what you have learned so far. What exactly you want to tell to people if there is some fresher or any young boys who want to make their career in anything. So what's from your side? आप क्या बताओगे लोगों को जो कि आपने सीखा है अभी तक की जर्नी में?
What lesson I know, which I also keep it to my heart, is life is unpredictable. ऐसा नहीं है कि you have you are a topper in your school, तो आपको best college ही मिल जाएगा. You were topper in your college, तो आपको best job ही मिल जाएगी with a best package, best position, सब कुछ. ऐसा नहीं है कि आपके पास best job है तो आपको best spouse मिल जाएगा. ऐसा नहीं है कि आपके पास best spouse है तो you have all the luxuries in your life. So life is unpredictable. Like COVID, it's a unprecedented calamity which happened. Nobody has forecasted it कि ऐसा कुछ हो जाएगा कि the entire world will be shut down and they have to work from home. ऐसा कभी नहीं हुआ कि पूरी दुनिया ने एक साथ इतने लंबे टाइम के लिए घर से काम किया हो. So this is all unprecedented things which happen. So life is really unpredictable. शायद एक बंदे ने जिसने रियल एस्टेट में इन्वेस्ट किया होगा आज से 2 साल पहले कि हाँ तो रियल एस्टेट के, because before COVID real estate was, the prices were booming up. I know a friend of mine who has invested in real estate यही सोच के कि now economy is in a good shape, सब कुछ ठीक चल रहा है तो अभी 1-2 साल में रेट और बढ़ जाएगा. बट कोविड आया और रियल एस्टेट प्रॉपर्टीज के दाम कम हो गए. लोगों के पास पैसे नहीं थे टू बाय अप मनी. इनफैक्ट people who were wealthy enough, उन्होंने अपने प्रॉपर्टी में इन्वेस्ट किया था, उनके पास 3-4 प्रॉपर्टीज थी. They were not able to sell it to have a cash का influx. Right? उनको जरूरत थी, but they were not able to get the cash out of it. Right? So life is really unpredictable. That is lesson number 1. दूसरा lesson जो है, you need to upskill yourself.
So you said life is unpredictable. So what we need to do in that case, like कि हमें like we need to जो चीज चल रहा है चलने देना चाहिए, or we try our best, or it's all about like we need to put our things on luck. What exactly you thought like?
You have to prepare. See, आपको अपनी प्रिपरेशन पूरी रखनी है. एग्जाम में हर मम्मी क्या बोलती थी, तू पता है कि ये टॉपिक्स इंपॉर्टेंट है बट फिर भी पूरा चैप्टर रिवाइज करके जा. Chapter, study the whole thing, right? So prepare for everything. Okay, do your best. जो होगा सो होगा लाइफ में. You never know, right? So my advice to everyone here is,
that's not the approach we need to follow. जैसे कि आजकल के इंजीनियरिंग ग्रेजुएट्स हैं कि वो कहते हैं नहीं इसी में से ये सिलेक्टेड क्वेश्चंस है यही पढ़ के जाएंगे और we got the 80%.
Correct.
ऐसा नहीं है. I think we got the quantum. So quantum was short book जो कि लोग पढ़ते हैं वो
UPTU. So guys, just to give a context to our listeners, our viewers. So engineering में so we are both from UPTU or now it's called APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University. So उसमें गाइड होती थी, कुंजी होती थी. जो आपने पूरा सिलेबस है बुक से अगर नहीं पढ़ा है तो इफ यू जस्ट रेड दैट कुंजी और गाइड, उसमें सारे इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस और आंसर्स होते थे तो यू विल गेट डिसेंट मार्क्स. So that is
उसमें से भी कुछ selected questions होते थे वो भी पूरे नहीं पढ़ते थे. Like people not used to read the complete book. उसमें से भी selected 10 question पढ़ के जाते थे so that they can pass the exam.
Correct.
So that was the thing. Yeah. So those was, I mean, the past memories. So yeah. So you were saying something next. So
yeah. So this is one lesson which I have in life. Life is unpredictable. Always prepare for the best and maybe have a backup plan. लोग बहुत बार मुझसे पूछते हैं कि did you get everything in a single shot? क्या आपने इसी तरह से अपनी पर्सनल प्रोफेशनल लाइफ प्लान करी थी? मैंने कहा नहीं, I did my engineering, right? Because उस time पे when I was in school, I was fascinated by technology, by coding. I was a good coder back then. But maybe 2-3 साल के बाद when so that is why I took IT engineering in my college. I did my BTech in IT. I want to be a coder. I like coding. I'm fascinated by technology. But 2-3 साल के बाद I discovered new area of interest. I like talking to people, managing stuff. तो मैंने डिसाइड किया यार कोडिंग शायद इस इतना मुझे मजा ना आए आगे, या इतना मजा आ नहीं रहा है. आई डोंट फील लाइक स्पेंडिंग द एंटायर माय लाइफ, प्रोफेशनल लाइफ बीइंग अ कोडर, बीइंग अ सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपर. सो मैंने कहा चलो कुछ नया एक्सप्लोर करते. सो दैट इज व्हाई, or that is how I get introduced to business development, this business analysis, project management PMO role. And things doesn't work out the way I planned initially, right? मैंने initially तो software engineer बनने का सोचा था, but now I'm into this. You have to prepare for the best and always have a backup plan. And the second lesson which I want to give is, as I was mentioning, constantly learning, right? You need to upskill yourself. Maybe every day have a zeal to learn things, right? आजकल जिस तरह से things are changing so rapidly, so fast. Maybe हमारे मॉम डैड के जमाने में चीजें इतनी जल्दी जल्दी चेंज नहीं होती थी, टेक्नोलॉजी इतनी जल्दी जल्दी रिडंडेंट नहीं होती थी. बट नाउ इट्स गेटिंग रिडंडेंट सो क्विकली. अभी जो चीज है मे बी शायद 4 साल में, 2 साल में, 5 साल में रिडंडेंट हो जाए, राइट? So you need to keep learning, keep upskilling yourself. Otherwise, you won't be able to survive in the industry. The pace at which this industry is changing or this world is changing. When I talk about industry, I'm mentioning about IT industry. Yeah.
That's awesome answers. I mean, Atishay, and I don't have much questions for now. So yeah, and I guess I got all the answers. I got all.
There is one last thing which I want to ask you before we end this.
Okay.
We talked about project management, in our discussion. We talked about what is project management, what does a project manager do or project coordinator do, life cycle of a project manager, or life cycle of a product or project, tools on which a project manager works on. My last question to you, bro, is why should one make a career into project management?
So as I told, like the job description, what exactly the lifestyle of project manager. So according to that, I would say कि अगर if you want to come up with new ideas, okay, so when you are into project management, आपको एक नए ideas मिलते रहते हैं, ठीक है? So you will introduce with new ideas, you need to work on new projects, and where you need to meet with new people as well as like कभी आप if you are dealing with global clients, so आपको कभी different countries के clients मिलेंगे. Sometimes you need to deal with UK clients, sometimes you need to deal with US clients. So this is something like then you need to manage with your team. कभी आपको अपनी team से management करना पड़ेगा. So if you have something like you want to play with ideas और आप क्या नाम है you have a zeal to work with new people और आपको manage करना अच्छा लगता है, then you should go ahead for the project coordinator career. So in short, that's I would say कि अगर आपको अच्छा लगता है लोगों से मिलना, लोगों से team bondation अच्छा लगता है, leading the things आपको अच्छी लगती है, ठीक है? If you want to talk with global clients, so you should go for project coordinator role. That's I would say in short.
Awesome, buddy. Awesome. Thanks a lot, buddy, for your precious time today. I believe there are a lot of takeaways from this podcast for our listeners and viewers. Thanks a lot, buddy, for joining me today on this call.
Thanks, Atishay, for inviting me on this call. And yeah, so मैं ये कहूँगा, I'm not very good in the things and all, but one thing that I would say, like अभी भी if I am into my office or wherever I am, so okay, so I don't think so that I have a lot of technical knowledge or a lot of technicalities and everything. But I think what best quality that I think that I have is I know how to get the things done. That's one of the best things that I know. मुझे ऐसा नहीं पता कि what exactly is all about like this technical function or how it's going to be done, but मुझे ये पता है कि how to get the things done. So that's what project manager, that's what leaders should know, where to start and where to end. That's all. That's what I would say. And rest, I have a firm belief in that destiny had its own goals. Okay, so if there is something, you'll get it. Like as Marcus Aurelius has said. So that's where I just want to end up the things. If you have any other question, you can ask me.
Thanks a lot.
Now, yeah.
Just to give a context to our listeners, so you mentioned about Marcus Aurelius. So he's a Stoic philosopher, a Greek Stoic philosopher, right?
Yeah.
And he's written a wonderful book called Meditations, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, you're right.
So he was
You're
a
right.
Roman
And one of the
emperor.
famous quote also he has written that I believe is never let the future disturb you. You will meet it if you have to with the same weapon of reason which today arms you against the present. So it's totally described कि आपको ज़्यादा future का मतलब like future को लेके disturb नहीं होना चाहिए और परेशान नहीं होना चाहिए. There are things to be done. You will get it whatever with the same weapon of reason which today arms you against the present. आपको वो चीजें मिल जाएंगी if that is in your things.
That's a great
So
quote to live by, buddy. I'm surely gonna also hold on to this one. That's a great quote to live by. And again, thanks a
yeah,
lot for joining in. I have one news for our listeners and viewers. So we
yeah,
are
yeah.
working on a community, on making a community for project managers and business analysts. The objective of this community will be, as we mentioned throughout the discussion, to learn new things, to upskill ourselves. So that is the first objective. Other objectives are, having a network of project managers and business analysts with whom you can reach out to for any opportunity. And
and to
yeah,
get to know what exactly the approach like we all are
right,
following. Like everyone has
share the best
different
practices.
mantras for life. Like Atisha have different mantras. I
Hmm.
have different mantras for my life. So we got to learn a lot of mantras from everyone. And like life is all about the learning. As Atisha told us, मुझे सीखना काफी पसंद है. So we can
Hmm.
learn the things from each other. So yeah, Atisha, you continue.
Correct. So that is the purpose: sharing knowledge, sharing best practices. Networking with people, fellow project managers or fellow business analysts. So that is the objective of this community. So guys, I will be putting the link. It's a WhatsApp community which we are building. I will be putting the link in the description on Spotify or YouTube, whether you are getting this podcast on. So I will be putting the link. Please make sure if you are a project manager or if you aspire to be a project manager or a business analyst, you can join this community and we would love to welcome you and learn from you and grow together. Thanks a lot, buddy. Again, thanks a lot, buddy, for joining in today. Wish you
Thanks,
a lot of
Atisha.
success. Any
Yeah,
parting words
same
for our
to you,
listeners?
Atisha. Yeah. So wish you all the best for you as well as, and we will connect soon. Okay.
Absolutely. Thanks a
Okay.
lot.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, everyone, for watching. Take care. Stay safe. Bye bye.